Many thanks to the noble lords for contributions to this debate. In some ways, it's clarified quite a lot for me. In some ways, I'm completely confused. So, what I think that means is that I can go off and read and reflect on it and work out how to bring this forward in terms of report. I'd really like to thank the noble Viscount Younger of Lecky for his supportive remarks in general and insights that he brought. That's much appreciated. I'd like to thank Lord Vaux for drawing attention to my dilemmas around transparency. I want there to be more transparency, but I don't want to be associated with being an idiot. Well, I mean, that ship might have sailed, but anyway, in relation to, as I said, giving all the game away. But I do think transparency is important in politics and in terms of trust in a new bill that is going to bring about a huge change, I think, in the way the state is viewed, in how it relates to citizens on benefits and so on. And one of the reasons for this confusion, for this difficulty, is that this bill insists on treating fraud and error indistinguishably. That's one of the dangers with it. Fraud is one thing. People who inadvertently are overpaid or errors are made are treated with the same piece of legislation. And I think that's why it was helpful for the noble Lord Sicker to remind us earlier and here that there are people who will play the system, and that's one thing, and there are other people who are inadvertently going to be potentially treated like criminals. Right. On the point about, I'm still not convinced about this idea that I don't want to worry about the DWP's welfare, but I am slightly concerned that there is going to be a deluge of data, and I can't see how it's going to be helped. If I can just, I can't see how this kind of human intervention point is going to happen. I did notice that Minister for the Bill, Andrew Weston, stated, I hope that by embracing new technology and through data sharing and other mechanisms, we are gradually reducing the numbers of fraud staff in the DWP over time. And I'm thinking, I don't get rid of the staff and introduce AI to deal with a huge amount of data created by AI, because won't that actually minimise this human involvement? So I am still concerned about that. And I just wanted to finally, what the real point here is, it's always presented so benignly. All that is being asked is of the banks is that they do two things. They use this algorithm just basically to work out who is eligible for these particular benefits. And then the second test that the noble lady, the minister, said was, and then to see whether they fit in with the eligibility criteria for an EVN. That requires judgment. And it might not be that it's human judgment, it might be algorithmic judgment, but it's not just what are those criteria. That's the point. What is it that the algorithm is going to be asked to search for? And the reason why this matters is because the banks are being told that, for example, if they make a mistake and give too much data back to the DWP, that they will be punished for that. So they're going to have to think what data exactly we're going to do. And algorithms, by now we should not know, are not neutral, technical matters. They are trained. There is biases in them, and I simply think it's important that the bill that's asking the banks to use algorithms to ultimately make decisions about what data it passes on to the DWP, that is clear in terms of the algorithmic openness and transparency. That's all that this amendment, or one of the amendments, tries to do. I withdraw my amendment.